YouTube, what's good? It's your boy Invade, and we are back with another video, man. If you don't know me, now you know. This video is going to be very simple, man. It's literally just going to talk about my play session, my very first play session with the NBA 2K Combine, what I think about it, what I didn't like, what I need to work on, simple things that we go about, and I guess maybe it'll help some of you guys that are going on and trying as well. Before we get started, man, I do want to let you guys know that you can follow me on mixer.com/invade, where we stream every day. Yesterday we did a 13-hour freaking stream and topped at 130 people watching me play 2K, which is incredible, while the Combine was going. So make sure you guys follow me there because we are going crazy. We got another play session today in about an hour or so. By the time this video goes live, I'll be live on Mixer, so make sure to slide through. Anyway, also you can add me on Xbox, soar space invade, and get a chance to see when I go live and do things like that as well. So yeah, make sure you guys do that. Let's get right into the video. Okay, so here, what you're seeing here is very simple. This is just gameplay from my last game. I had 44 points, 10 assists, and I shot around like 75 to 80%. Let's just go right into what I expected, right from the very beginning. So I was told from the very beginning that you could pick any jump shot as long as it was a pure jump shot. From my understanding, I thought that meant you could use any NBA player's jump shot. You could use the jump shots that they have in the little thingy, like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever the case may be, which goes all up to like 100, and it switches to set shots and things like that. And so because that's what I was told, I was told try Steph Curry's pure jump shot. So I tried Steph Curry, fell in love with it for Pro-Am in the rec center. And that's what I started to use strictly just for rec. Park, I still use my own shot, but I started to use that. So you're talking like a good 2 weeks of me practicing nonstop using that jump shot to where I had it down without any issues, man. I go into the NBA 2K league thingy because it's the thing, that's what it shows on there. I click it. The first thing I notice is, holy crap, there's no like Steph jump shot. There is none of that or whatever. So I'm scrambling because I don't understand, or I don't know what shot I'm going to use. Because I hadn't practiced those shots. Now, could I have just decided, okay, well, let's not play this session or whatever and work on, a jump shot or whatever and then go from there? Yeah, I could have decided that, but you have to think you only have 2 weeks to be able to do what you want to do. You have 2 weeks. And then if you want to try to for multiple positions, you don't have time to skip sessions. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to do 40 games at least on point guard and then try to go for as many possible games that I could get on SG. Because I am a sharpshooter, but I also have the ability to be a point guard as well. And so I want to kind of throw my cast into both of those, right? Fast forward, I ended up choosing, I think it was jump shot 17, my first shot. And I actually like it. And then I switched to jump shot 85, which I like as well. It's a little different than 17, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. So let's go right to the first game. The first game, man, and this is one of the things that I think, actually, let's pause before we go right into the first game. One of the things that I didn't like as well is I understand that you want everybody to use different builds and stuff because you want people to be able to play different ways of how they play. So that's cool. I like that. I like that aspect. 92 overall was cool too. It's not like it's a big deal. What I didn't like is that you didn't get to choose your own badges based on the build. And the reason why I say that is, for me, I don't think corner specials is a badge that I chose. Offensive threat, by the way, because I'm a sharpshooter and I want to be able to shoot when it's open. I don't like that you couldn't choose your badges. For once, or for me, I would have loved to have corner specialists be turned off. There's a lot of different badges that you can see, and I'll throw that in the video as well. But I would have liked for corner specialists to not have that at all, because I'm not in the corner as a point guard for the most part. I'm not, and I really don't need it for the most part anyway. Hot Zone Hunter, obviously not needed. I would have loved to put a Hall of Fame range extender on. I would have loved to what else did they have on there? Volume shooter, I would have taken, because you only have a 93-3 or something like that with the offensive threat, something like that. I would have loved to take the corner specialist off and add that to the volume shooter, because that increases your attributes overall for shooting and things like that. So I would have loved to do all of that. Instead, my volume shooter is a bronze because that's what they chose, and my corner specialist is a silver, which I don't want anyway, which is annoying. And there's a couple other badges that you probably could switch around too. Same with the playmaking badges. There's badges they have stop and go on there. I don't want stop and go. I've never used stop and go. It's not a big thing for me to use it. I would have taken that off and added that and put it on like gold. What's the one that where you can kind of just go as soon as you do a hezi or whatever, you get a little burst. I can't remember what the name of that badge is. Whatever that badge is, I would have chose that and put that on like gold or whatever, and maybe even Hall of Fame if it was possible. And that's what I would have probably just made different changes like that to better suit my play style. The other thing that I would have liked is that you can't put on SIGs. A lot of y'all, we all know what the SIGs that people are using now, and it's not even that I do behind the back craziness, right? Because I think it's broken. I'm not a big fan of it. I hope to not see it in the 2K league, whether I make it or not. But I would have loved to have the Kobe size up to be able to go different ways, because right now the size up is the slowest thing in the world. It's like some little like whoosh, whoosh, and then you kind of burst, and that's annoying as balls because there's only so much you can do with that. But that's pretty much one of the things that I would have changed right out the back. I don't like that you couldn't choose what badges that you wanted to use. That would have been better for me. Let's go right into the first game. So first game experience, I chose not to play with the mic. Just because I have been not playing with the mic for pro-am or for all my rec games with my friends and all that type of stuff. I have been doing that because I stream, right? So I chose not to play with the mic my first game or whatever. And to me, it's not like you need one anyway. The reason why I say that is because from what I've experienced in all my games, people aren't running zones. Other than the 2 that I ran, there was 2 games where I ran into actual people who played in the league before. And the people that they were playing with, I swear to God, it felt like they were clicking on all cylinders, and I was playing against a actual team, like a team that was trying hard for the combine, right? Like they were running zones, they were moving all over the place, and that was tough for me. Because like I said, you don't have communication, and playing with randoms, that's tough. But understand that that's gonna happen. But anyway, we go to the first game, man. My center decided that he wanted to run a 5-out offense. Don't know why, but decided that he wanted to run a 5-out offense. And not only that, was he the one setting the screens for me, which is cool. If he decides he wants to set the screens for me, he kept flaring. He would not roll to the basket. So what I'm seeing here, if you guys can imagine, is a whole arc. Imagine the arc or whatever. Imagine that entire arc. You got me at the top, you got your guards on the right, and you got your power forward on whatever corner of the baseline that he decides to be on. Then you got your center up top. Well, what you want is you want some type of action to happen after the pick, right? Because you want for the defender to have to make a decision. Do I roll down and try to get to the center? Do I hedge and try to cut off the dribbler or the point guard to let my man get back? What do I do? Well, because the center kept flaring, their opposing center had nothing to do but just stand there. And on top of that, the center couldn't shoot. So when I would throw him the ball, he would just sit there and do this and then throw it back to me. Needless to say, I ended up having, I think it was like, my first few games were rough. I had 5 turnovers the first game. No, I had 4 turnovers the first game, 5 turnovers the second game, and 6 turnovers the third game. And it was tough, man. Now, granted, the first one we lost. The 2 after that we won. No, the 3 after that we won. Then I lost 2 in a row. Then I won another one. But basically, I think it's tough playing with randoms, man. It is. And I had games where I went for 25, 30 points. I had, like I said, this most recent game I went for 44. But that totally depends on who you're playing with, man. And honestly, based on what I see, if people would just go right into a 2-3 zone, I think everybody would eat, because nobody would be able to score, because it's randoms, man. So I'm thinking about today, I'm gonna get on the mic and see if I could get people to go to a 2-3 zone and they actually understand it, which if you're in the combine, you should understand the 2-3 zone anyway. Then we'll go from there. Second game, like I said, that was cool. I think I had 23 or whatever. Third game was 11. Fourth and fifth game, that was tough, man. Because that fourth game, I was already on cloud 9 because I was playing phenomenal, man. Only thing that I don't like is that you also didn't get to test what free throws and stuff that you had. So like the first 2 times that I got fouled, I didn't understand. I don't get fouled a lot as a point guard, but the first 2 times that I got fouled, I didn't really understand what my jump shot was. So I ended up shooting 50% in the free throws, which sucks because now I'm like a 60% free throw shooter, which is definitely not me. That's what it shows right now. So, but outside of that, yeah, I don't necessarily think it was a bad first play session. I definitely think I could be better. After the first 3 games, I started limiting my turnovers to like 2 or 3 a game, which is still pretty high. But you have to get a feel for what you're playing with. And the passes that I was throwing is what I learned as well. Is the passes that I was throwing are passes that I was throwing with the team that I was playing with the combine, just trying and stuff. So I kind of understood what people would be. A lot of times my turnovers came because people would act like they were diving. I'm like, oh, he's gonna be open. I throw it, he comes back, and then the defender's already there and just steals it, which is unfortunate. But yeah, a lot of that is what I need to work on, definitely need to improve on and things like that. I know I was looking on Twitter the other day and I saw some people over there that were actually posting some of their stats. Man, there was some point guard who had like 35 points and was averaging like 16 assists. Dude, I don't know how in the heck you're averaging 35 and 16. Like, I'm really trying to figure that out. I know you can do 35 without a doubt, because I just dropped 44. So I know it's possible to do the 35. But man, the 16 assists, I'm right at like 9. I'm right at like 9 assists a game. I don't understand how they're doing that. And I had to maybe watch them, get some tidbits or get some gameplay ideas from some of them to figure out necessarily what they're going with. I'm assuming, because I haven't tried any other builds, I wonder if you try a different build, if you get different SIGs, or if it's still the same SIGs. I don't know, but I think a lot of people went with offensive threat anyway, because it's nice to be able to have that threat from the outside. And even with range extender on silver, you're still shooting pretty deep for the most part. You just got to get some space. Like I said, I was using base 85. I think I would love to, if I had the time to find a shot that I fell in love with, that would be great. But yeah, right now it's base 85. So that's about my experience for the first play session. I think right now we are, I want to say 6-3, something like that. 6-3, maybe 7-3, one of the two like that, which is not bad. It could be much better. But we'll see on this session who we get and how we rock and where we go from there. Like I said, by the time this video goes live, you guys can slide through and see how we do. But I'm committed, man. It's been a lot of fun. It's definitely a different experience, man. It takes some time for sure, but at the end of the day, it's fun, bro. I'm having fun. And if I make it, like I said from the beginning, bro, if I make it, lit. And if I don't, still lit, because I don't want to say down the road that I wish I would have tried this. So if I make it, cool. If not, most of the people who watched me were saying that I was making all the right decisions, which is great. But when you have a guard that's scoring 35 points and averaging 18 assists, at the end of the day, that's better stats than me. Am I really worried about what I'm gonna do from that? No, all I can do is try to improve and see where we go from there. Like I said, I want to do shooting guard as well. So we're just gonna keep playing games and keep playing. Understand that at the end of the day, you can't control everything because you're not playing with a group of people that you normally play with. So you gotta just do the best that you can possibly do. And I like having that decision in my hands to make a better decision than most people. From there, because I believe that I still have the elite IQ to do what I want to do and make sure that people understand where I'm trying to go and make right decisions versus other people. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, man. Thank you guys so much for watching, bro. And like I said, slide through if you guys want to see me going live with some 2K Combine gameplay. Other than that, I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.